Having a good time so far? Say yeah. All right, cool. This next comedian hails from Louisville, Kentucky. Show some love for Mr. Lawrence Thomas. Louisville in the house.
D-Ray, folks, let him hear it. Big round of applause. Give it up for him, D-Ray. What can I tell you people, but I fought and drank my way through 30 years of my life. I showed up to my first communion with a hangover and beat the shit out of the kid in front of me for Bogart and the blood of Christ. Hurry up, you little bastard. I got a wafer stuck to the roof of my mouth. But I had to quit that because I got a family now. You can't fight with a family. It is hard to bob and weave when you have a 6-month-old hanging from a snuggly in front of you. I'm like, hey, why don't you soft spot, you dickhead? That's right, kids, I'm married. I'm married. I put the mo in monogamy. I am married cute, folks. Marriage to me, and I don't puss around with it either. I don't cheat on my wife. Because marriage to me is like when you go to the beef barn or the cow palace and they got that 72-ounce steak, and if you order it and eat it, you get a free t-shirt. So you order this son of a bitch, and it's sitting there on your plate steaming and gurgling, and you know by the time you're done, you're going to be fat and bloated and gassy. You might have a stroke or throw a heart attack, but you ordered it and you're going to finish the goddamn thing. That's what marriage is like to me. I might be too married. This is a true story. I was in my bed one night having a dream, and Halle Berry came to me in my dream naked. Halle Berry, this woman gave Nathan Lane a stiffy, folks. David Duke looked at Halle Berry and said, all right, I'd fuck her. We are talking Halle Berry. And she is beckoning me to her in my favorite sexual position, and somewhere in the dark, cavernous recesses of my brain, I hear myself say, I can't, I'm married. I don't even get laid in my dreams, folks. But I appreciate my wife. I do. Because she traveled 2,000 miles across the country with me to chase my comedy dream. We sold a 4,000 square foot home in Louisville, Kentucky, and bought a duplex in Manhattan Beach. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, folks. I'm the poorest person in Manhattan Beach. I live 2 blocks from Shaq. I can't afford a fucking Laker game pretzel. I'm telling you, it's bad. I would have a car on blocks in my front yard if my house was big enough to have a goddamn front yard. She supports us with a consignment business. She sells used shit. Every day I go to yard sales and thrift stores. She's good at it too. This is an actual conversation I heard at a yard sale with my wife. My wife said, excuse me, ma'am, what is this? The yard sale lady said, I don't know. My wife said, how much you want for it? Yard sale lady said, 75 cents. My wife said, will you take 50? I said, hey, you don't even know what it is. She said, shh, I'm getting a deal. She's good at it, but I don't want my daughter to grow up being cheap, folks. That's the problem. Because I grew up with a cheap mom, and I know how that feels. This is a quote from my mother when I was in the 7th grade. If you think I'm paying $9 for a pair of tennis shoes, you are out of your goddamn mind. $9. And because my wife supports us, I'm the primary caregiver. I spend a lot of time with my daughter, which is cool, but it's causing some problems. For instance, I didn't know people in California didn't raise their own children. I set up a play date for my daughter. I had to leave because I didn't speak Spanish. I'm like, hey, Tiffany, I don't know who Rosa is, but this menudo is fantastic. And I don't want my daughter to be like you little fuckers. That's what I'm saying. All attitude and shit. So I was at the mall and this kid walks by and he's got a shirt on with an anarchy symbol and it just says fuck it above it. And so I'm walking towards him, my wife goes, don't, and I go, bah, 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 bah. I'm saying something. I walk and go, hey, you little dumbass. Do you even know what anarchy means? Of course not. Anarchy means no rules. Let me tell you something. 130 pounds doesn't win with no rules. 260 wins with no rules. Oh, shit. You don't know what a pain in the ass this is. Because you got to vacuum and wash and boil. And then you got to shampoo. And then comb through the hair with this little comb. Comb. Honey, hold your head still. Comb. This will be over in a couple hours. Please hold your head still. Comb. The whole time you want to go, hold your head still, you little bitch. If you'd have played with a girl in the Laura Ashley outfit instead of a little whore in the Dale Earnhardt t-shirt, none of this shit would have happened. But you can't say that to a 3-year-old. Hey, she looks like she's 6. I got carried away, but I didn't say it, all right? It's hard, especially because out here all the kids think they're extreme. You think you're probably pretty extreme. You're not extreme. I surfboard. I don't give a shit. I ride a skateboard. I don't care. That's not extreme. Extreme is playing Candyland with a 3-year-old for 2 goddamn hours. Because all thing you're like, sweetie, that's backwards. You gotta go forwards. That's backwards. This is forward. Towards the licorice castle. You can't use gumdrop pass unless you land right on yellow. And then I get stuck in a molasses swamp, and I'm there for 10 fucking minutes. And every time I pick up a card, she goes, it's not a red, you can't move. It's not a red, you can't move. I'm like, all right, goddammit, I quit, you little cheater. I just want to raise her right, folks. That's all I want to do, and I appreciate my wife. Like I said, so for a present to my wife, last February, I said, all right, sweetheart, I'm going to take Hadley, I'm going to travel across America. Just me and her, gonna take her to go see Grandpa and Grandma, and you can stay here. My wife goes, oh, I don't know if you ought to do that. I go, no, it's all right. She goes, I don't think you can handle it. I go, I can handle it. This is a present for you. And so I loaded up my briefcase. I got the extra diapers. I got the mini Magnadoodle. I got an Etch-a-Sketch. I got the thing of wipes, and we are jetting across America, baby. And we get about 40 minutes outside of Louisville, Kentucky. And I hear my daughter go, Daddy, I had a potty accident. And I turned around, and what I saw frightened me. Folks, this wasn't a potty accident. The Exxon Valdez was a potty accident. This was like Old Testament in nature. This was some kind of curse put on the people inside of the plane. I was just like, oh my God! And I'm on Southwest, and there's no place to change a baby in a Southwest plane. The bathrooms are that big, and so I've got her laid on the floor behind the cockpit, and those little blue things only hold about 10 goddamn wipes, and so I've run out of those, and I'm using empty peanut bags and in-flight magazines, and the stewardesses are bringing me paper towels, and I look down the aisle, and everybody's looking at me like, you, God, look at that 6-year-old just shit her pants. I'm like, she's not 6, she's only 3, I swear to God! And then the pilot goes, you gotta get in your seat, you gotta get in your seat. I'm like, oh good, and then I realized I didn't bring a dress. So on February 1st, it's 15 degrees outside. We were walking through Louisville International Airport. My daughter's wearing green tennis shoes, a diaper, wrapped in a goddamn airline blanket. And everybody in the neighborhood is looking at me like, you are the worst dad in the world. Somebody called Child Protective Services! And I'm riding a little people mover, and I can just hear my wife over my head going, you can't handle it, you can't handle it! And right when a little tear's about ready to drop out of mine, I'm thinking, oh, I'm the worst dad in America. My daughter looks up and says, pretty good trip so far, huh, Dad? Hey, you guys have been great. Thank you.